Hey team, welcome to another Bullpen Bulletin with Coach Hart and Building Better Baseball. Today I have 3 time-saving ideas to increase efficiency for you. So there are so many things that we do that kind of waste time and we feel like there's just no time at all to do anything, especially in practice and baseball. And these are 3 ideas that can save you a ton of time if you implement them correctly. So I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait to get into it. And remember, I'm Coach Hart. This is Building Better Baseball. This is the best place for baseball education. So let's get into these 3 time-saving ideas. So the first idea, something called automate. All right, automate. When we talk about automating, we're talking about your routines, okay? Now, these could be personal routines of how you prepare, like when you're at home and you're getting ready, or when you get to the field and you're preparing for the game, your practice setup routines, so basically setting up for practice, your team's routines during the games and practices or whatever, right? So what we're talking about is automating those things to make them so they don't waste time, right? What can you automate into a routine? Is there something that you can make into a routine to make it just automatic where you don't have to keep on revisiting it all the time and waste time doing that, right? Routines help save time because there's no explaining or questions or confusion, and it's just doing something automatically. So, one great example that I have is your warm ups, all right? Your game and your practice warm ups. If you go through the first and second practice, if you go through your entire warm up routine and you show your team exactly what you want to do and you keep that same routine throughout the entire season, after a while, that becomes automatic. And you, as a coach, you don't have to waste any time being out there, making sure they're doing stuff correctly or making sure that they're going through the right routine because you've already implemented that routine and you've made that automatic. So during that entire warm up routine, instead of you being out there looking at their warm ups and making sure everything is correct, they already know how to do it and they already know what to do. So you can spend your time doing something else, like setting up for practice or talking to your coaches or doing whatever, right? Another little example is kind of like drills, right? If you're in the field and you're doing some ground ball drills and you do those same drills a couple times, your team already knows what to do and kind of the rotation that you want them to go in. So you don't have to explain how the rotation is going to be every single time. So that turns into something that's automatic. So the first idea is automate. What can you make into a routine where you can explain it one time and then after that your team knows what to do, your coaches know what to do, so you don't have to explain and waste time on that anymore. It just becomes something that's automatic and you don't have to waste time on it. So the first idea that I have is automate. What can you automate into a routine to save yourself some time? The second one is eliminate. Okay. What task, job, or action can we eliminate from our practice plan, our daily schedule, or game prep that does not add value? And that is the biggest thing, is something that does not add value. You don't want to spend time on something that doesn't contribute to your end goal, right? Doing things that don't contribute to accomplishing your goal is where most time is wasted. Just doing things that don't contribute to your end goal, that is just huge time wasters. And that's honestly where most people waste all of their time, is just doing these insignificant tasks or jobs that don't really contribute to your end goal, right? When you eliminate unnecessary actions, all you're left with is everything that's contributing to your end goal. So if you eliminate all of the unnecessary things, the only thing that you're left with is everything, all of your tasks and jobs and actions that will contribute to your end goal, right? Going back to the warm up example. So if you have a very extended warm up and it's like a 30-minute warm up and you only have a 2-hour practice, you could possibly eliminate some of those things in the warm up that are kind of either redundant, they're kind of repeating themselves, they're doing the same things, and you could shorten that up so you could allow yourself more time for practice. Like if you go out and you run 2 poles in the beginning and then you have them run back and forth doing calisthenics, realistically, you could eliminate those poles because doing the calisthenics is kind of the same thing, right? So if you look at your practice plan and if you look at all of the actions that you are doing within the game prep or anything like that, like literally anywhere in your baseball preparation, practice, games, whatever, if there is something that you really feel that's like, man, I'm doing this and I'm wasting a lot of time on this and it's not really contributing to my end goal, then you can eliminate that. All right. Clear out all of the wasted space so all you are so you are so clear on what you are doing and you know for a fact that everything you're doing, everything you're putting your time into is contributing to your end goal of whatever that may be, because time is the most important thing that we have as coaches, and time with our players and getting them better is should not be wasted. You have every single minute should count, and every single minute that you spend doing something should contribute to your end goal of getting your players better, improving your team, doing whatever your end goal is. Everything that you do should contribute to that. And if you find something that you're doing that doesn't, then you can eliminate it, okay? And there's something called the 80-20 rule. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's called the Pareto's principle, right? Pareto's principle basically says that 80% of your results comes from 20% of your effort. So what that means is if your goal is to basically improve your players. Let's say one practice, you're going to improve your players and you have 5 centers. Those drills and those centers, realistically, there is one center or one drill that will contribute to 80% of the growth of your team. All of the other drills, we're not saying that they're not important, but they're not going to contribute as much as that one drill is. And if you really break down all of the things that you're doing, you will find it's a crazy principle, but you will find that only 20% of what you are doing is contributing to 80% of your success or 80% of achieving your goal. So if you really want to look in depth in that, I would look up the 80-20 rule and the Pareto's principle and really kind of do some research on it. Because, having a YouTube channel, I know that only 20% of my videos will contribute to 80% of my growth as a channel, right? It applies to anywhere in life. And this especially applies to baseball and youth baseball, where really 80% of the things that you do is not really contributing to your end goal. There is 20% of the things that you do that will contribute 80% to what you're doing, right? To your end goal. So find things that you can eliminate so you can be very clear on everything, on all the tasks that you're doing to contribute to your end goal. So the second one, eliminate. Now the last one is delegate. The third idea, delegate. All right. Delegation is how you can be in 2 or 3 places at once. What task, job, or action can you delegate to your assistant coaches or your players? Okay? Delegating tasks, and first of all, if you don't know what delegate means, it just basically means passing off the task to somebody else to have them do it so you don't have to do it. Now, delegating tasks to your assistant coaches not only frees up your time, but it also makes your coaches feel valued and that they're contributing. Okay? You don't want to have all the pressure of doing all of the tasks and all of the actions, because that not only puts all the pressure on you to do everything, you're also leaving your assistant coaches there kind of just sitting there twiddling their thumbs, right? Feeling that they're not contributing. If you delegate tasks, if you have tasks that you can delegate to your assistant coaches, maybe they're the ones that can hit the fungos while you do something else. Or maybe they're the ones that can send the emails or do the field permits or schedule the scrimmages or do anything like that. If there's anything that you are doing that you feel that your assistant coaches could also do, delegate it. Get it off your shoulders and help them feel valued and help them feel like they're contributing by giving them tasks to do. So therefore you don't have to do it and they feel valued also. And also your players. Delegating to your players shows them that you trust them to get things done on their own. One great example I have is stations. If you are going through 5 stations of hitting drills, right? They have to be able to run that center effectively in order to get each other better. That is their job. And when you tell that to them, when you say, hey guys, I'm going to be at this T drill, you're going to be working at all of the other 4 drills. This is how you do it. I am trusting you to work by yourselves to help each other get better. That is very empowering to your players, and it is creating a connection between you and your players where they understand that you trust them. You trust them to get things done on their own, and you're empowering them to take their growth and take their improvement and development into their own hands. Okay? It's a huge learning lesson that these kids need to understand, especially if they aspire to play in high school, because high school coaches, they don't do everything for you. They expect you to be able to do it. So when you delegate tasks to your players and you have them do it, you're creating that bond and creating that trust between you all, and they understand that you trust them to get things done on their own. So the third one is delegate, all right? So I hope these 3 ideas, they kind of resonate with you. The first one, automate. What can you automate into a routine where you don't have to spend time every single time explaining it? What can you eliminate? What tasks or things are you doing that do not contribute to your end goal as a coach? And the last one is delegate. All right. When you delegate to your assistant coaches, you take it off of your hands, so you're free. You have more time to do whatever you would like. And also, you're making your coaches feel valued. And when you delegate things to your players, you're creating that bond and you're creating that trust between you all, right? So automate, eliminate, delegate. Do those 3 things, and I guarantee you, you will find yourself having more time and you will get way more done if you complete these 3 tasks, okay? So hopefully this was helpful. These are 3 time-saving ideas to increase efficiency in any part of your baseball career or any part in your baseball journey, okay? Now, before you go, down in the description, I have a whole bunch of free guides down there. I have a free practice plan, a free equipment guide. Look down in the description, grab one, grab all. I made them for you for free to help you out in your baseball journey, so feel free to go grab them. All right, hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Coach Hart. This is Building Better Baseball, the best place for baseball education, and I will see you in another video real soon.